Good morning يا سنة أولى، عاملين إيه؟ يا رب تكونوا بخير إن شاء الله. This lecture is a new one about a very new issue about the spoken skills or the spoken business communication. We are going to take more information about the listening skills, the type of listening, the active and the passive one, the barriers of listening, and how can you promote your listening skills to be more effective إن شاء الله in the coming future. ان شاء الله next week هيبقى فيه لايف، مش هيبقى فيه فيديو، عشان برضو نقلل الدنيا ونمشي ببطء زي ما احنا ماشيين كده على قد ما نقدر. وبشكل عام الكريكولم بتاعنا قرب ينتهي وقرب يخلص. و since we finish the explanation through these videos and PowerPoint, we are going to join all together on Zoom meetings. We are going to divide الدفعة into two parts أو two groups. Each group هيبقى ليه specific meeting ID with specific time to join through Zoom. So please download the Zoom application through laptops or mobile phones in order to make the revision through and also in order to train on the exams, inshallah. Till now we have no any another clear decision about the coming exams هتكون عاملة ازاي، بس till we know inshallah we are going to publish ونقول لكم ما تقلقوش خالص. I'm staying tuned ومتشوقة جدا ان انا اشوف الفيديوز بتاعتكم. النهارده صحيت الصبح كده على خبر جميل من جروب، الحقيقة هم كانوا جروب فعلا متميز through the presentation بتاعهم والتريلر اللي هم عاملينه او التيزر اللي هم عاملينه ده جميل قوي. مستنيه 1/5 باي طريقه to receive your assignments and also to see all your videos, even the primitive one او حتى البروفيشنال. هم كلهم عندي يعني effort وهيبقوا graded ان شاء الله، وليكم مني كل الشكر والتقدير. Let's بقى begin our lecture النهارده ونشوف احنا هناخد ايه. Okay. So we are going to talk about the spoken business communication. Here we are dealing with the business communication process in the meetings, in the face-to-face communication, in the presence of a speaker and the listeners, whether can a speaker one person or more than one person, whether the listeners are a group of people or only one listener. خلاص? So we have to know what is the importance of the listening skills in the business communication process and what are the different types of the listening skills. First of all, good listener means to know what is said and what is not said and what is partially said. ايه بقى الفزورة دي؟ First of all, to be a good listener انت لازم تبقى بتسمع كويس قوي ايه اللي frankly said، ايه اللي ظهر، ايه اللي اتقال verbally and non-verbally. And also you have to listen more effectively to the non-verbal communication, which is the non-said words and the partially said, that words بقى that have double meaning and so on. So in any listening process form, you have to know that both verbal and non-verbal languages can talk, and you have to listen for both type of talks. If someone tells you that I'm very, very happy and you see tears in his eyes, you just translate or you try to translate that it is not, or he is not telling you the truth. طيب, is only the listening process is about knowing what is said and what is the hidden or what is not said, or the inner motives and the inner meaning behind the spoken words? Yes, it's very important to know this skill. Also, you have to differentiate between listening and hearing. Listening is a psychological process. Hearing is just a physiological process. يعني hearing أنا بسمع, just hearing the sound. But listening, I am hearing the sound, I am hearing the meaning, I am understanding the meaning, and I am ready for the feedback. خلاص? Listening also, it is the ability of receiving messages in the communication, the ability of interpreting and understanding the spoken messages in any communication form or in any communication process. Listening also, in order to have good effective listening skills, you are going to avoid misunderstood. كل ما أسمع صح وأدي للسبيكر the free choice of telling all his information واديله the free chance to tell all his opinions و express himself effectively، هبتدي على طول يبقى أنا كده on the first track أو I'm taking the first step toward the effective listening. So you are avoiding the misunderstood. Also, listening is very, very important skills. And I imagine that top managers or top employers must train low employees about how to maintain and enhance their listening skills. خلاص through طبعا different workshops and different training programs inside the corporate or inside the workplace. Of course, if there is effective listening, so هتبقى فيه customer satisfaction. Imagine that we are going to Vodafone branch or Orange branch, right? And السيلز بيرسون او اللي موجود في الكاستمر سيرفيس didn't hear you quite well، ما عندوش الافكتيف listening skills. انت هيحصل لك as a customer any satisfaction؟ انت هتبقى satisfied ولا هتحس ان انت frustrated وتبتدي تتعصب وتحصل الخناقات؟ يبقى since we have good and effective listening skills يبقى we have customer satisfaction. Also, since we have good and effective level of listening skills, we are trying to achieve greater productivity with fewer mistakes. ليه؟ لأن أنا I'm active listening to all the orders and the description of my tasks of my coming task from my top manager. أنا عارفة هو عايز إيه التارجت. How can I do this task? How can I do this task in efficient way? Okay, since I am quiet listening effectively to my top manager هيبقى فيه low mistakes وهيبقى فيه efficient and effective and greater productivity. Also, effective listening gives the ability and the chance of sharing more information. ليه؟ لأن sharing more information here I'm listening from you and I'm listening from the others. I'm learning some sort of information from the good listening from you and from others. Then I'm going to share بقى my information to other good and effective listeners. And this gives the chance to more innovation and creative work. طيب زي ما قلنا ان listening is not the same as hearing. Hearing just physical process, physiological process. فكرة ان انا I'm hearing a sound of a bell, I'm hearing a sound of people is talking, I'm hearing the sound of my speaker who is talking, but I'm not giving an attention or I'm not active interpreting and understanding and get the best use of the listening process. But listening here, I am fully attended and fully interpreting and fully understanding the verbal and non-verbal words, the verbal and non-verbal meaning that is being submitted by the speaker in order to prepare a good receipt. What are the types of listening? First of all, the active listening. What's meant by active listening? Here, I am fully concentrating on what is being said. I'm fully attending to what is being said. And also, the speaker is seeing me a good listener by my non-verbal. يعني أنا مش بس as a listener here, I'm listening to the meaning with non-verbal, with verbal, with attending, I'm trying to understand, but also I am delivering a reverse message to the speaker that I'm fully attending by my verbal communication and also my non-verbal communication. إزاي؟ Here I'm pretending that I am in the position of the listener. Okay, لو انا full attended الاي contact هيبقى على السبيكر. ان انا مثلا I'm going to smile, I'm going to make poses, I'm going to raise my hands in order to ask a question but without interrupting. يعني من غير ما تعمل تقطع السبيكر كل شويه وهو بيتكلم. لا، انت ما بين فتره والتانيه بتحاول to raise your hand in order to ask the question, to have more elaboration, to have more explanation and so on. Also your body language ده بيريفيل and بيسبمت present another message للسبيكر بيقول له that you are fully attended وانت عندك strict eye contact عليه ومركز جدا معاه وسمايلينج في الوقت اللي بيقول فيها حاجه فيها sense of humor. بتحاول تفكر في الحاجه اللي هو بيarouse فيها your interest and so on. مش بس ان انت كده dead face just looking for the speaker who is talking and not giving any feedback. يبقى ده what active listening. اهو زي ما قلنا through eye contact, through nodding, through ال simply and encouraging the speaker in order to continue his talk. Also providing a feedback. يعني انت feel more at ease ولا need more elaboration ولا انت you full understood ولا need more clarification. ما بقاش انا as a speaker بكلم listener كده وهو dead face، ما فيش اي نوع من انواع الفيدباك. In order to be active listener you have to give a feedback to your speaker. Also active listening is also it's a sort of being patient. لازم تكون صبور ولازم تعمل نوع من انواع البوزز، مش بمجرد السبيكر ما يقول the first sentence then على طول انت بتلحقه بالفيدباك او او بالكويستشن او ان انت عايز more explanation of what. Give the chance for the speaker in order to explain all of his ideas and in order to express all of his opinions. Where by short period of times you have to be silent and then give your explanation or your inquiry or question. Also active listening بيبقى involves ان انت زي ما قلنا بيدي time للسبيكر to explore his meaning and so on. والactive listening it's an overall process. You are going to full attended للverbal وترانسليت الverbal word with the non-verbal وترانسليت الspoken word with the hidden one. We try to understand it quite well. Then give the speaker a chance to full express his opinion and his facts and re-question him for more explanation and also reveal feedback to encourage the speaker to continue. By your feedback انت دلوقتي بتقول له yes I'm fully attended, I'm fully understanding وانا بالنسبه لك active listener. طب what about passive listening؟ الباسيف listening بقى هي الopposite. Here I'm listening. وعلى فكرة انت through passive listening you can also understand what is said by the speaker, huh? But you are not giving any feedback. أو أنت مش full understood what is said. الحقيقة أنت مش full understanding what has been said أو what had been said whether through verbal أو non-verbal language. يعني إيه الكلام ده؟ يعني yes I can giving you a body language, a face language, telling you as a speaker that I am looking at you, I have a strict eye contact or fixed eye contact, so I'm listening to you and you are listening to me and partially understanding my words. Whether بقى انت عندك noise بره او عندك inner noise سرحان في حاجه بتفكر في حاجه، عندك depression, sad, some sort of emotions، عندك stereotypes concerning the speaker، فده مش بيخليك active listener. Plus you are not revealing the feedback. Also, you are not giving another questions to the speaker in order to elaborate more or to explain more. So, active listening and passive listening, both are listening, both are trying to knowing the meaning of the words spoken by the speaker, both are trying to know the non-verbal skills or the non-verbal language spoken by the speaker, but the active listening, more effective, full understood, full attended, revealing feedback. A passive listener, no, not partially understanding, partially knowing the meaning, not revealing any feedback. طيب, is there a barriers or is there barriers to listening? Yes, there are. There is the excessive talking. Whenever the speaker is excessive talker وبيتكلم كتير وtelling more details or more load, so ده بيبقى barrier ان احنا بنبقى اساسا بنحاول ان احنا نلسن ويبقى بيديني نوع من انواع الافكتيف listening. واصلا لما بنعرف عن حد ان هو excessive talker بنtry to avoid talking with him. Also, another barrier, by the way, you are going to discover that there are some similar points between the barriers of the business communication process and the barriers of the listening process. في some sort of similarity between them, since in أصلا business communication it's a communication process based on the listening and the talking and the written and so on, and the written forms and so on. So the barriers could be similar. Also, the stereotypes. If you have previous stereotype about the speaker that is a big barrier to in order to listen and a big barrier against effective listening. انا اصلا مش حابب الشخص ده، انا من هيئته عندي stereotype according to his age, according to his position, according to his job, according to his physical and external appearance. So effectively I can't achieve the effective and the active listening. الديستراكشن بقى، يعني ايه الديستراكشن؟ يعني انا I'm not giving the listener free chance to express his set of values and opinions. ليه؟ لان انا عندي physical وmental واuditory وvisual distraction. يعني ايه؟ يعني لو انت as a listener just judge other people from your own perspectives and from your own point of views, from your own system of values, that is a barrier to your listener. You have to know that you have system of values and other people can also have different system of values. So I can accept the differences and accept the others in order to know. misunderstanding سوء الفهم. of course لو ما فيش effective listening، لو ما فيش full listening لكل الحاجة، لو أنا عملت interruption للسبيكر، لو أنا ما اديتش للسبيكر the free chance and the full chance in order to express all the information، ما سمعتش ده، ما عندي stereotype، كل ده هيحصل نوع من أنواع الإيه؟ misunderstanding، وده بيبقى barrier للإيه؟ للlistening. فهمتك غلط. interrupting, here I'm interrupting the conversation here by some improper body language. يعني اتفضلي قولي كملي سامعينك بالطريقه دي، فانت بتريفيل improper and implied messages to the speaker that we are feeling bored, that we are not wanting to continue hearing you or continue listening to your talk. Here you are interrupting the speaker, and by the repeated interruptions this is achieve or create a barrier to the effective listening. Bringing in emotions both for the speaker and the listener. لو السبيكر عنده sadness أو depression أو frustration أو negative emotions, he can't express his feelings and he can't express his talk effectively. Also لو listener عنده sadness أو بيفكر في حاجة أو worry أو عنده anxiety، فكرة إن هو قلقان أو بيفكر سرحان، ف this sort of feelings can be a barrier to effective listening. The noise، ودي احنا قلناها any outer unwanted sound. احنا we are talking وفجأة صوت انفجار حصل، فجأة صوت حادثة عربية، حد شغل الميوزك with a very loud voice، ده بيحصل نوع من انواع الانتربشن، بس ده بيبقى outside من الاكسترنال environment وبيinterrupt وبيبقى barrier للtalking والlistening inside the business communication process. And the previous experience is similar to the stereotypes, and we can also explain the previous experience as you have a previous experience with this speaker. يعني مش just ان انت يكون عندك stereotype مع الايج، يعني اي speaker مثلا over than 50 years فانت تبتدي تقول I'm not going to understand anymore, he is very old to talk خلاص مثلا، او he is very boring خلاص، ده بسميه stereotype. But you can't have a stereotype but you have a previous experience. يعني خلاص انت ما عندكش stereotype ان هو مثلا كبير في السن، فهي can't يعني full explain his facts او his information، بس انت مثلا كان عندك previous experience مع talk with him مثلا previously او من last year او من قبل كده. So this previous experience can be a barrier, but please give him also a second chance in order to express his feeling. لأن ممكن يكون هو make some modifications, make some developments، طور من نفسه، correct his mistakes وبقى effective and بقى efficient speaker. So you must give second and more than one a chance. Also having a closed mind. This sort of barrier is very difficult ودي بتبقى concerned with the listener. Here the listener is closed-minded, not open-minded, can't accept the others, can't accept the differences, can't accept any opinion against his opinion, can't accept any fact against the fact he believes in. And بصراحة this type and this sort of listener is very difficult in understanding. And if he understood, he is very difficult in convincing and persuading. وبالتالي ده بيبقى big challenge for the speaker. So in order to make this video short enough علشان نعمل to be easily downloaded، لان في ناس اشتكت ان الفيديوز مساحتها بتبقى كبيره وهم بيبقى صعب عليهم ان هم يداونلود. فانا I'm going to stop here at slide number 18 from all over 27 slides. And next week, inshallah, we are going to take a live video, and I'm going to publish a live video on your Facebook group. Please read and study well. Please يعني حاولوا بقدر الامكان تلموا كل lectures اللي فاتت كويس قوي in order to ask any question وانا هبقى ready to answer any question ان شاء الله. Also نفس الفكره اللي قلتها لكم، جمعوا كل ال questions في PDF file، والبي دي اف ده كان بي uploaded على الفيسبوك جروب وانا هجاوبه لكم whether في فيديو او whether في لايف او whatever. بس بليز ان انتوا تحاولوا تفولو على قد ما تقدروا. يلا بقى اجهزوا وبي ريدي، خلاص ما فيش وقت كبير، متهيألي 2 weeks in order to submit your assignments، وبي ready for the great grades that you are going to have. ان شاء الله I'm going to upload this video، ولو انت مش عارف to download it you can watch it from the YouTube channel بتاعت الكلية. وكمان I'm going to upload this lecture كمان in order to read and understand quite well. ان شاء الله next lecture زي ما قلنا لايف. الكومينج بقى lecture اللي بعديها هتكون I'm trying to complete this lecture إن شاء الله. Once I finished my all new issues and my explanation, we are going to join through Zoom in order to revise more, to elaborate more, and train and to tell you what is the format of the exam and how to answer it effectively. Stay safe, stay at home يا شباب. ربنا معاكم إن شاء الله.